Welcome to the Beginner Reformer. This is our Pilates model, Heather. She will be performing for us. So starting with footwork, she's on all reds and a blue, high bar, and headrest is up. Okay, so she's going into first position, which is V stance. She's in neutral pelvis. Inhaling out, exhale to pull in. You're doing 10 reps. Long, strong abs. Arms are pressing to help remind your core to stay zipped. Good, bird's feet. Still neutral pelvis. The bar is right underneath the balls of the feet. The heels are reaching under the foot bar. The energy is through those heels to activate those glutes. The toes are softened over. Trying not to grip. Abs are long and strong. Good. If you're needing to exhale on your press to help remind your abs to engage, then that's totally fine. Good. Good. The closer you are onto your heels, so once we go from toes to bird's feet to heels, on your heels is the easiest access point of your glutes. So you should feel this in your glutes a lot more. You're squeezing your sits bones. Still in neutral. A tendon stretch. So you're in V stance. Still neutral. Make sure all the balls of your feet are on the foot bar. You're not hanging by your toes. Good. The pace is lift 2, 3, lower 2, 3. Long, strong legs, squeezing from your seat. Just think about that seat pressing the heels under and lifting back up. Good, long spine. Think about growing taller as your heels reach under. Doing 10 of each of these in footwork. Good, stretch for a moment. And then you're going to bend in. You keep the same springs for 100 beats. You're going to wiggle an inch down from the shoulder rest so you can breathe. Good. Starting with your legs up, imprint, and exhale, curl, press, and inhale, pump. Exhale for 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So good. With every exhalation, you curl up a little bit further and squeeze a little bit deeper in that seat. Good. You're lowering those legs to your point of control. They can lower as down as they can, as long as you stay imprinted. You're doing 10 full breaths. Breathe through it. Inhale, expanding the back of the ribs. Very good. You're coming up. You're going down to 2 reps for frog and leg circles. And your feet are in your straps. You can unclip the handles if you need to or thread them down, either one. Good. Feet are in the straps, making sure that metal clip is not on your feet. Make sure it hangs down. Good. So you're still in neutral pelvis. Long, strong arms. Bend and reach. Good. Reaching through that big toe to work and fire through the center line. You're resisting with the sits bones in the bend of the knees. Long, strong arms pressing still. 10 here, and then going right into circles. Press down, circle around. Good. You can breathe naturally here. Always place your exhale where you need it the most, where you need most assistance. So if it's on your press distally, then that's totally fine. Good. Making sure you're staying in that V stance. Working from the top of your leg. Good. Reverse. 10, Deep abs. Abs draw in as the legs reach away. Good, finding that flow of movement and precision. Good, you can stretch for a moment when you're done with your circles to lower your headrest, getting ready for short spine. I encourage doing 3 frogs going into imprint here to prepare for short spine. Good, inhale, exhale, roll up. Inhale, control the carriage in and bend the knees. And then exhale, roll down. Roll your tush away from your heels and then pull the hamstrings to return to frog. Perfect. Arms are pressing. Your arms and shoulders are your base. So make sure you have a good foundation to roll up from. Your main cues are your abs in, heels tight. It's easy to get into the low back on this one. Beautiful. You can do 3 to 5 here. Inhale, inhale, and exhale. Very good. Both feet come out of the straps. We're going to move on to stomach massage. So in the wire basket, there is a green grippy to grab from. Heather's moving to a low bar, 2 reds and a blue. The grippy helps you not slide back. Good, you're sitting with your seat 1 hand width from the front edge. Good, your feet can come around to the platform for you to adjust your pelvis. And then the feet come up into V stance. So this first position is round. You're pressing out, lower, lift the heels, and bend in. Make sure that you're not hanging by the hands. Your abs are working hard to curl you forward and for you to press into the palms from the shoulders, working on that tuck. The breath is inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good, going into flat back. Good. Pressing out, lower lift, and bend in. Good. Inhale and exhale. Good, looking straight ahead as you pull in. You're in that J shape of the spine. Try to keep the weight on your pelvis and out of your hands. Abs. Those pecs. Good. Coming in for arm circles. You're going to circle 8 here, keeping the carriage silent. Inhale for 4 and exhale for 4, and then change directions. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Out to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Palms up. 2, shoulders down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Reverse. Abs lift in and up. Keep reaching. Pivot off to the side. Stand up and applaud yourself. Good job. You can get rid of that grippy mat. Going into the short box series. Good, so make sure your box goes behind the shoulder rest, depending on your leg length. So you can go right against the back edge to the post, or if you're needing to, if you have shorter legs, in front of the shoulder rest. For Heather, she's at the very back of the post, so she does need to drop those handles down. Good, foot bars going down all the way. And your spring tension is good and secure. You're gonna lift that fuzzy. Very good. Both feet come into the straps. Feet are flexed. Arms wrap around your waist. We're going into round. Okay, so you're gonna exhale, curl back. Inhale back up. Good, keeping that C shape. Your main cue for this exercise is for your glutes. Good, we're doing 10 here. Exhale back, inhale up. Good, into flat back. Now the breath is changing. You're inhaling back, exhaling forward. Good, knitting those ribs. You wanna make sure your eyes are looking straight ahead so you don't lose that rib cage connection. Grow tall, grow even taller to come up. Long, strong core, tight glutes. Good. Then we're going to do side to side. Exhale, inhale, center. Exhale. Good. Try to keep that flat back and the tuck in the tailbone as you exhale over. The weight in the hips should stay even. We're doing 10 total, so 5 sets, and then we're gonna go into the twist and reach. Good, long spine. Same thing here, keeping your legs shooting straight ahead with the hips. Twisting from the rib cage to dip down. Very good. Going into climb a tree prep. One foot comes out, readjust. Same arms, same leg. Good. You're gonna extend the leg straight up and bend. And hold, 2, 3, bend. Okay. Good, flex and point. 2, everything's in 3s on this series. Last one, pull it in close. We're actually done with this side. The full climb a series is really irresistible.
Nice. Just want to do it.
That's when muscle memory takes over, you guys. 2, finding that scoop to hold and walking up the leg. Good, hold on to the calf a little bit lower. Go a little lower, Heather. There you go. Elbows are wide. Use those biceps to pull in that leg. Good job. All right. Getting rid, or we're actually turning the box now to long box for our pulling strap series. So we're on to 1 spring. Technically, this is a red spring. You can always go down to a blue if you need to, or up to a green to advance it. So the handles go back on your posts, or you can hold them and gather them before you get on. But you're lining your shoulders up 3 inches past the box. and then coming down straight. Very good. So you're gonna walk your hands up, choking up on them. Your legs are squeezing in V stance and your tailbone is tucked under like you're imprinting to the ceiling. The first initial movement comes from the shoulders. So draw the shoulders back to move the carriage and then straight arms pull up and exhale down. We're doing 4. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Knitting those ribs to free up the neck. Noisy handles. Last one. Good. And exhale all the way down. Next is pulling straps 2, aka iron cross. Good. Inhale, pulling back, and exhale, controlling in. 4. Nice rotation on those wrists. Her palms are facing to the floor the whole time. So good. Last one. Armpits to the hips, knit the ribs. Very good. Handles come back to the posts and coming off the box to get rid of it. Going into the knee stretch series. Okay, high bar. You're on a red and a blue. You're kneeling on the carriage. Yes, and making sure that that fuzzy clip is all the way down so the foot bar doesn't get hung up. Happens all the time. Okay, so you want to make sure your heels have contact with the shoulder rest. Your toes are flexed forward. Look at her straight arms. She's rounded in her spine. We're gonna do 10 round spine. Inhale, exhale. Good. The emphasis is on the N. So it's nice and controlled, and then it's a whip with control back in. Your transition is on the out for your arch. Good. Knitting those ribs, drawing those shoulders down the back. Her pelvis is floating and knees swinging like a pendulum. Good. So now we go to double knees off. So sit back towards those heels. You can walk your toes forward because you do have to have that flexed foot. You're going to round the spine until the knees lift up off the mat. Standing, your knees are heel height. Inhaled, back. 10 here. Try to tuck to press. You guys, this should not be on the beginner level, but it is. A little lower with those knees, Heather. So good. There it is. Bravo. Okay, going into elephant. So you're just going to stand right up. Flat feet. So this is not a downward dog. Very good. She's pulling her chest towards the foot bar and then rounding the spine. Good. So you're going to rainbow the spine as you press the legs back. Exhale to come in. Magnetize your inner thighs. Those toes are flexed up the whole time. This is a deep hamstring stretch and belly work. Very good. Go ahead and come down. All reds and a blue for running. We're nearing the end here. This is the cool down. We're grounding back into the feet. Your toes are slightly apart, parallel. You're in neutral and running. High knees, low heels. Good. Arms are pressing, finding that center line and flow. All the balls of the feet are on the foot bar, just like in footwork, making sure you're not hanging by the toes. Stretch. If you want to give yourself a deeper stretch, hook the arch of the left. Oh, that's a good way too. I haven't done it that way. I pull with my arch and use hamstring. So bring your foot on top of the foot bar. Just stretch. I'll show you how I do it later. That's a good one. Flex your foot underneath. Good job. All right, going into bottom lift. Let's actually come up and change the springs. You're on 2 reds and a blue to get gluteus maximus and hamstring cooperation. So keep the carriage in. You're gonna roll your hips up, about a prayer's hand away from the carriage. Good, opening the knees wide to pull back in. You are rotated out on this one. Your arms are pressing to give you more upper core support. Go a little bit higher with your hips, Heather. Yeah, there you go. The tricky part on this one is to hover your hips the same level, whether you're pressing out or pulling in. You're gonna come in all the way and roll down after your 10. Go and come up for Eve's lunge. You're on a red and a blue spring for Eve's lunge. 1 foot is outside on the pillar. You can always grab a pad for your knee. And we're actually gonna do, yes, perfect, this side first. Okay, so the back foot is on the shoulder rest. And I'm gonna have you take your right arm, Heather, and place it behind your back. Okay, so find that zip up the front, looking straight ahead. Bend your knees apart. So bend your front knees a little more, Heather. Yeah, to sink your hips down. And then find that squaring of the hips. Good, and lifting in. You can press back and hold for a couple of counts. 1, 2, 3, and then lift back in. And you can do 3 to 5. Good. Leading back in with that left hip. Very good. And switching sides. This is to stretch out your quad, the psoas, and the whole front line of the body, really. Good. Outside hand behind the back. Help keep that chest open. Knit the ribs. Think swan. And breathe. Good. Gathering up your core connections, inner thighs, low belly, finding that center line. And think about pulling that standing knee in front towards the frame, even to work that inner thigh, that center line even deeper. Good, coming up all the way. Very good. And coming off. And you have completed level 1 reformer.